Mankind's quest for freedom is constant. Freedom from the cycles of night and day, loss and gain, birth and death. Freedom from pain, anxiety, loss and hunger. This quest for freedom has led to the development of all world religions and spiritual paths. Yet, in these modern times, our spiritual challenges are on the rise as we struggle with our own humanity. Of the multiple ways to gain higher knowledge, one path offers its faithful a practical discipline to gain freedom. Jainism, a path of compassion and non-violence. Of generosity and inclusivity, it offers solutions to daily struggles and a chance to become a Jaina, the ultimate victor.
And contrary to several Western philosophies, in Jainism, man is not the only center of life.
You do not find black and white answers. There are always many facets to a problem, and you have to understand all of these facets before coming to a judgment.
I'm very impressed with the Jain philosophy because it is based on three aspects. One is non-violence, ahimsa, non-violence. Second is कि आप उतना ही इस्तेमाल करिए जितना कि आपको ज़रूरत है, उससे ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल ना करिए. और तीसरा कि अगर किसी और का विचार, सोच विचार आपसे अलग है, तो आप उससे झगड़ा ना करें. आप ये बात माने कि उसका भी एक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है और उसको अधिकार है अपना अलग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रखने का. ये सारे वैल्यूज़ हैं जैनिज़्म के जो पढ़ के मुझे बड़ा मैं खुश हुआ, बड़ा इम्प्रेस हुआ ये जानकर. इससे मुझे सीखने को मिला.
Jainism. It's a religion that is thousands of years old and is still today practiced by nearly 5 million Indians and thousands of global faithfuls. Amongst this small yet powerful population are some of India's greatest artists, thinkers, businessmen and women, leaders and creators. The Jain community tops the charts in literacy in India at over 94%. Far outstripping the national average of 65%. Jains are also amongst the largest contributors to India's GDP, leading from the front in its economic progress. The Jain lifestyle has proven to be one of the healthiest, with the average lifespan exceeding the national average. And the Jain emphasis on non-violent discipline has proven inspirational to iconic world leaders from Mahatma Gandhi to Martin Luther King. So, who are the Jains? And what is this world religion we call Jainism? There is no precise date to herald the beginning of Jainism. Different eras over thousands of years saw the emergence of great thinkers and reformers who built the road to present-day Jainism. These were neither gods nor divinely ordained, but each of them, through austerities, penance, spiritual work and visions, attained ultimate freedom from birth and death. In doing so, they shared with us their knowledge. These were the 24 Teerthankaras. In lore and scriptures, they are also referred to as Arihants, or destroyer of inner enemies, and Vitragis, or ones who harbor neither attachment nor animosity towards another. Then, approximately 2,600 years ago, came the 24th Teerthankar, Mahavir, perhaps the most significant Jain personage in the contemporary world.
First of all, I consider Teerthankaras Mahavir as one of the greatest social reformer and the spiritual reformer. 2600 years back, he said no caste system. There is no caste hierarchy. Nobody is above others. Nobody is better than others. All are equal. The second, he always believed there should not be any gender discrimination. What we talk right now has been propounded by him 2600 years back. On the spiritual aspect, that was a time when people started believing in gods to either have the favor or the curse or whatever it is. For all happiness, they have always looked to somebody who is supernatural. Teerthankaras Mahavir here was the one person who said, that's not important. What is important is your karma. You are the writer of your own destiny. You are the writer of your own future. You are the writer of your own history.
The teachings of Mahavir brought about a wave of social reform, one that centuries later is still touching lives with its healing message of compassion. Ahimsa, or non-violence, is at its heart. But one needn't be an ascetic to experience the power of ahimsa. It is the same principle when adopted by millions of Indians which defeated 300 years of British imperial rule. And it is the same principle that contemporary Jains practice even today, in different forms, especially in their daily routine and diets. In fact, these principles are now prescribed beyond the Jain world by nutritionists and medical doctors as a means to achieve good physical, mental and emotional health.
हमारे शास्त्रों में लिखा है, हमारे बुजुर्गों ने लिखा है, हमारे माता पिता ने, हम जब बड़े हो रहे थे हमको तब से ये सिखाया। ये अलग बात है कि आप सब लोग भूल रहे हैं, कई लोग भूल रहे हैं, इसे पकड़ के रखिए। ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है कि आप अगर 6 सूर्यास्त से पहले अगर आप अपना खाना भोजन कर लें, एंड उसके फायदे बहुत हैं।
Beyond dietary concerns, Jain values like ahimsa even influence one's professional ethics, no matter how high they climb on the ladder of success. In India, some of the top business leaders, trade and finance wizards, corporate giants and jewelers hail from the Jain community. Despite being surrounded by wealth and immersed in the high-stakes world of profit and loss, Jainism's value system offers practitioners a constant ethical guide. Jainism places responsibility for proper conduct not on a god or extraterrestrial divine being, but on the individual themselves. Its prescription is a practical guide for daily life. Ahimsa, non-violence. Satya, truth. Astya, non-stealing. Brahmacharya, celibacy. And aparigraha, non-possessiveness. And so, Jains have a system of accountability built into their rituals, including one of the most auspicious festivals in their calendar, the 8 to 10-day observance of Pariyushan. Embedded within the ritual prayers and readings is a very special event, the Day of Seeking Forgiveness or Kshama. Palitana in Bhavnagar, Gujarat. Jains from all over the world converge here year after year, visiting temples and renewing their spiritual energies. For a religion that does not believe in God, Jain temples become places for spiritual communion, to renew their resolve to follow the righteous path.
As far as Hindu philosophy is concerned, you say you are merging with the divine, you are asking everything. In Jainism, we visit temple just to acquire the qualities of the divine and not to ask anything for material life. So that makes it unique because you are visiting temple not for material gains but for spiritual gains.
उठ के मॉर्निंग में परमात्मा की हम लोग पूजा करते हैं, पूजा पाठ करते हैं, मंदिर में जाते हैं, तो एक तरह की माइंड को जो एक एनर्जी जो चाहिए, एक वाइब्रेशन चाहिए, वो हमको मिलता है।
मैं ये मानता हूं कि एनवायरनमेंट का प्रोटेक्शन होना चाहिए और इसलिए हमने हमारी लाइफस्टाइल बदलनी चाहिए और इसकी दिशा में जाना पड़ेगा और जाना वहीं पड़ेगा जो भगवान महावीर कह के गए हैं, उसी रास्तों पे जाना पड़ेगा। मान के चलिए साहब।
Environmental ethics are encoded in Jain texts or agams that lay down 5 elements: Prithvi, the earth; Vayu, air; Jal, water; Agni, fire; and Akash, the sky or ether. Texts like the Acharanga Sutra contain Lord Mahavir's warnings of what might happen if our natural resources are polluted to the point of becoming weapons to destroy life. One of the most seminal Jain ideas that captivates Indian and international scholars alike is the Jain theory of reality and perception. Reality, according to the Jains, is not drawn from a single experience. It can have many facets. This inherently logical Jain approach has greatly influenced critical, intuitive, and scientific thought through the ages. It is believed that Lord Mahavir himself was a great mathematician, leading to the Jain system of mathematics that includes a definition of infinity drawn from its cosmological view that time is eternal. Ancient Jains also did significant work in plant biology, being one of the earliest to recognize that plants had life.
It's very interesting to know that 2600 years back, Teerthankar Mahavir spoke about microbes, spoke about the plants having life. Not only that, he said earth, water and air are also living beings.
There are Jain academic treatises on microbiology, cosmology, theory of molecules, atoms and subatomic particles, theory of light, theory of relativity. Today, most of us are familiar with the work of Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr and Western scientists. But many believe some of these treatises were given thousands of years ago by Jain Teerthankaras. One of the most profound fields of Jain science is sound, which, in records as far back as 2600 years ago, is described as a wave produced by friction between two or more molecules or skandhas. According to Jainism, such is sound's ability to propagate that it can travel from one end of the universe to the other. Perhaps this is the power that manifests in the prayer that every practicing Jain knows deep in their heart, the Navkar mantra. Since the Jain path does not stay stagnant in ancient tradition, its values are extremely relevant in the modern age, even though they carry echoes of asceticism which are carried over from ancient times. Like the practice of Diksha, or taking up of arms by renouncing the material world. Often misinterpreted in a superficial manner, Diksha is not just a ritual of renunciation. It is in fact the ultimate choice to attain true happiness and freedom. Today, these seekers are on the threshold of giving up all they know as their world. Their social connections, upwardly mobile careers, material comforts, and even family relationships. They will shave their heads, wear only simple cloth, give up all modes of automated transportation, give up cooking food, and only live on alms. They will dedicate themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and ahimsa. Amongst those seeking Diksha are young men and women with bright prospects in the professional and academic world. What makes them turn away from all that?
Of course, there is excitement because this is a new birth for me. And whoever takes Diksha, it's a new birth.
Whether one chooses an ascetic life or not, to be a Jain means to live mindfully and rationally with ahimsa in one's heart. And when one reaches the end of one's mortal life, the same principles apply. In Jainism, a person can actively choose to step away from old age and disease. In a process called santhara, they can gradually withdraw from food, medicine, or any other attachments that keep them bound to their mortal lives. In this way, they pave their own dignified path to death, which is seen merely as a transit into the next phase of a soul's existence. From the beginning to the end of life, Jainism is truly a living religion that urges the individual to summon their highest self. There is no divine injunction and no God to fear, for Jainism offers happiness in the now. It breathes life into every living moment and gives everyone the power to transform themselves, reaching higher and higher to attain the ultimate goal, freedom, moksha.